In this video, we're bringing you new preview pictures for the next House of the Dragon Season 2 Episode 5. In the new Episode 5 preview, we can see the first ever interaction between Aemond Targaryen and his sister Helaena, a scene between Daemon and Alys at Harrenhal, as well as a shot of Daemon alone. Corlys Velaryon is devastated after learning the news of Rhaenys Targaryen's death. There's also a shot of Rhaenyra and her son Jacaerys looking through documents at Dragonstone, trying to find out if and where the Targaryen bastards are in order to call upon them to try and claim their riderless dragons. We see Rhaenyra and Mysaria having a chat and orchestrating different types of war plans. Additionally, we see Alicent Hightower's first reaction upon seeing Aegon. Aemond is also shown at a small council meeting which will elect him as protector of the realm while Aegon is recovering, even though Alicent will petition for herself to be the regent. Alicent and Criston have a scene where Alicent confronts him for siding with Aemond instead of her. There are more shots of Criston Cole and Gwayne Hightower parading dragon heads through King's Landing, and scenes of Rhaenyra at Dragonstone, along with a new shot of Jacaerys meeting with the Freys at the Twins. Let's start with the shot of the first ever interaction between Aemond and his sister Helaena. Thanks to the leaked scenes that we know are going to happen in the next episode, which I shared with you recently, we know exactly what's going on in the scene between these two. Aemond is going to visit the Iron Throne room and stand in front of the throne when Helaena asks him if it was worth the price, betraying and almost killing Aegon to become Prince Regent and protector of the realm while Aegon is recovering. This reveals that even she knows Aemond tried to kill Aegon. Next, we have a new picture of a scene between Daemon and Alys at Harrenhal, where it seems almost like the two became best friends. But make no mistake, Alys will continue to give Daemon strange voices and visions. Alys is the future Witch Queen of Harrenhal who is hundreds of years old and can tell the future. Alys Rivers is a healer who resides at Harrenhal during the Dance of the Dragons. Although not a maester, she has acted in that capacity since her predecessor fled the ruined stronghold shortly after arriving. Alys can see visions of the future and she can make people see visions, which is why she is called a Witch Queen. Alys can see visions in storm clouds, pools of water and flames. She is rumored to regularly bathe in maiden's blood to remain youthful. Alys is the future lover of Aemond Targaryen and she knows it, as she can see the future. So her goal with Daemon seems to be trying to turn Daemon against Rhaenyra, or at least separate him from Rhaenyra, and make him fight for himself as the king. We know that in the next episode, Daemon will start the process of repairing the castle, and Alys will give him new visions and voices which will tell him, Daemon, you were made to wear a crown. From leaks we know that Daemon will this time see Queen Aemma, Rhaenyra's mother, and she is the one who tells him that he was made to be the king, while they're sleeping together in his vision. From the episode 5 leak, we also know that Alys is successful with her visions, as Daemon will become increasingly obsessed with being king. When he flies with his dragon Caryxes to House Bracken and conquers them, Daemon even tells them to bend their knee to him. Daemon will also tell Simon Strong to call him king now instead of just your grace or king regent. Daemon goes so far as to say that when he takes King's Landing, Rhaenyra is welcome to join him as queen, but he will be the king. So it seems Alys is at least successful for now in her visions. Next we have Corlys Velaryon being devastated after learning the news of his wife's Rhaenys Targaryen's death. In the book, when news of Rhaenys' death reached Dragonstone, Corlys was enraged and blamed Rhaenyra for Rhaenys' death, saying it should have been her, not his wife. This obviously is not the route they're taking in the show, as Rhaenyra first wanted to go to war herself with her dragon, but her council counseled against it. Two things remain the same as in the book, however. First, Corlys is deeply saddened by the loss of Rhaenys, and second, Corlys will be made Hand of the Queen in the upcoming episodes by Queen Rhaenyra. Next we have Rhaenyra and her son Jacaerys looking through documents at Dragonstone, trying to find out if and where the Targaryen bastards are in order to call upon them to try and claim their riderless dragons. This is the build-up for the famous Sowing of the Seeds event that's going to happen in the episode after the next. In the next episode, Rhaenyra and her heir Prince Jacaerys will realize that they have many dragons without dragon riders, and they will decide that they need more dragon riders in their war against King Aegon. So they will start searching for any people who might have dragon blood in their veins, any Targaryen bastard or descendant of a Targaryen bastard. They will offer lands, riches, and knighthood to any person who could master a dragon. Rhaenyra and Jacaerys will make a call to all the dragon seeds to come forward and try to claim a dragon. Dragon seeds is a term to describe the bastards of Valyrian descent and with dragon blood in their veins. All the dragon seeds that the show has been building up this entire season will come to claim a dragon. Hugh Hammer, Ulf the White, and Adam of Hull will all get dragons of their own. Rhaenyra's offer will gain the attention of more than just dragon seeds. Most candidates will fail and be killed or burned by the dragons, and the event would later be known as the Sowing of the Seeds, while others called it the Red Sowing. Nevertheless, in the end, Adam of Hull will bond with Seasmoke, Hugh with Vermithor, and Ulf with Silverwing. Next new shot we got from episode 5 is of Rhaenyra and Mysaria. Mysaria becomes Rhaenyra's mistress of Whisperers, and she tells Rhaenyra the people whisper when Viserys lived there was peace. And then she offers her own help by saying there's more than one way to fight a war. It's Mysaria's plan to send a good friend and handmaiden of Rhaenyra to King's Landing, Elinda Massey, to mess with King's Landing food supplies with help from Diana, and to cause a riot among the small folk. Next we see Alicent Hightower's first reaction upon seeing crippled Aegon, who is all burned and broken. Alicent must feel at least partially guilty for what happened to Aegon. It was after their meeting in which Aegon sadly asked her what she wants of him, to which Alicent scornfully replied he should do the only thing needed of him, nothing. Aegon wanted to prove himself, and it almost got him killed. Next we have Aemond at the small council meeting, the same meeting which will elect him as protector of the realm while Aegon is recovering, even though Alicent will petition for herself to be the regent. From the leaks, we know that Alicent is very upset and worried if Aegon will live, but is also equally concerned about who will rule if he dies. At the small council, Aemond is the first to say that they need a regent in place to rule in Aegon's stead. Alicent suggests herself to rule in Aegon's stead, as she has the most experience from the times she was ruling in her husband's King Viserys' stead during his long sickness, but none of the council members agree with her. Instead, the small council, including Sir Criston Cole, support Aemond to take over the rule in Aegon's stead as Prince Regent and Protector of the Realm. Aemond will immediately start acting as the king and start planning his attack on Harrenhal. Then we have a shot of Alicent and Criston having a conversation, and also thanks to leaks, we know exactly what's going on here. Alicent confronts Criston for not siding with her as the new ruler instead of Aemond. Alicent thinks Cole betrayed her, but he tells her we have to do terrible things now and I spared you from having to be at the head of them, before adding we have given war to the dragons. From the new episode 5 preview, we also got new shots of Criston Cole and Gwayne Hightower parading dragon heads through King's Landing. We already knew that the head of Rhaenys' dragon Meleys will be cut and taken to King's Landing, where it will be paraded by the two through the city, announcing how their brave King Aegon slew traitor dragon Meleys. But while this might seem like a poor choice on the green side, since the small folk will literally go into panic mode and later cause a huge riot, since now they know dragons have started fighting each other and it's only a matter of time until they fight over their city. This might also be a strategic decision to put all the attention on this parade, while they quietly transport badly wounded King Aegon through the city to the Red Keep. We also got quite a few new shots of Rhaenyra at Dragonstone, and from leaks we know that here a member of the Black Council, most likely Alfred Broom, is going to question Rhaenyra's war experience. But she comes back at him by saying that the realm has been at peace for many years, so no one really has any war experience. Which is true except for those who fought at the Stepstones, which is only Daemon and Sea Snake. We also got a new shot of Jacaerys meeting with the Freys at the Twins. Prince Jacaerys will take his dragon Vermax to the Riverlands to the seat of House Frey the Twins. House Frey sided with Queen Rhaenyra against King Aegon. Jacaerys might be there to negotiate with the Freys about lending their swords to their cause, and also to grant the Northern army safe passage across their bridge, as the Stark's army of 2,000 winter wolves that Cregan Stark promised to Jacaerys should be on their way south by now. We also got a new picture of Rhaenyra outside at Dragonstone, which is when she learns of Rhaenys' death and when she cries. We didn't get even one promotional picture for Aegon. They're keeping it a secret until the episode airs this Sunday. Aegon is heavily wounded, he has a lot of broken bones and burns over most of his body. In episode 5, we'll see his skin peeling as the maesters try to remove his armor. His entire torso is burned and half of his face. They don't know if he'll awake. There is one scene later when Alicent touches him and then walks out of the room. No Aegon dialogue this episode. We expected nothing less. This is the same way Aegon is in the books after the battle at Rook's Rest. Aegon suffers from burns that cover half his body, a broken hip, and numerous broken ribs. His armor has melted into his left arm, and it will take him a year to recover, although Aegon will remain bent and twisted for the rest of his life, half his body covered in burn scars. While King Aegon is taken to King's Landing to recover, his dragon Sunfire is unable to fly and too huge and heavy to be moved, so Sunfire remains near Rook's Rest to allow him time to heal. Criston says that he stationed men near the dragon to guard him. In the book, Sunfire first feeds on the burned carcasses of the slain soldiers, but after those are gone, Criston's men bring Sunfire calves and sheep to eat. That's all the new preview pictures for episode 5. For free, you can now listen to the entire audiobook Fire and Blood, on which House of the Dragon is based and which covers the entire Targaryen history, including current and future events of House of the Dragon, for free with a notable trial using our link in the description. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you in the next one.